Hey, you Stygian Dogs, it's Saturday, May 3rd, and that means it's Free Comic Book Day 2025. And I do hope that you had a great one. The main objective for my day was obviously to procure a copy of Conan, Scourge of the Serpent by Jim Zub, Ivan Hill, and Jao Canola. And that mission was accomplished in redundancy. For my son, I grabbed Godzilla, New Heroes, Minecraft, the manga. I picked up Archie's Comic Spectacular for my daughter, and lastly, Def Leppard's Hysteria. I saw this and it made me think of a friend, so I'll probably send it in her direction. I usually hit a few shops throughout the day, but errands beckoned me elsewhere, and somehow I totally neglected to grab a copy of The Phantom, which was on my list of interests, so I'll put that down to having a senior's moment. But let's get right to Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. Right off the bat, I noticed that it absolutely maintains that superior page quality that we've become accustomed to in the monthly books, and it felt thicker than most of the other issues I grabbed. These free Comic Day books are understandably slimmer than your typical issue, but Scourge of the Serpent, based on weight alone, suggested that we'd be treated to something a little bit more substantial. I'll open it up and I'll give it my usual Stygian Dogs treatment. There will be spoilers. If you weren't able to grab a physical copy, and I hope that you were, Heroic Signatures and Titan Comics always make sure to provide a link to an electronic edition. So do check it out. I'll be sure to add that link to the video description when it becomes available. This is a pretty special issue. It teases out a lot and it tells us where things are headed. You'll see what I mean when we're done. And here we go. And looking at the front cover, we see Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. Zub, Heel, Canola. And on the inside cover, an advertisement for the many Conan novels, trade paperback, and Omnibus Collections, not to mention the Heroic Legends ebook shorts based on Robert Howard's characters. Seriously, all of these are worth checking out. On the opposite page, credits for the teams at Heroic Signatures and Titan Comics. Turning the page, we come to a fantastic two-page version of Francesca Baralt's map of the Hyborian Age. You'll note that action is centered on Numalia, and the story is set up as follows. Fresh from the mystic adventures in the frozen north, young Conan of Cimmeria's wanderlust takes him south to the Numidian principality of Numalia. A barbarian with no coin, no prospects, and an untamed thirst for wine and women, he embarks upon the first trade in his storied career, that of a thief. A simple enough prospect to most, but on this night, the Cimmerian's foray into petty crime will have consequences that ripple across the ages. After that intro, the Numidian Chronicles. Yes, know, O Prince, hither came Conan, the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, and sword in hand. And our story begins. In the Hyborian Age, a young barbarian with the grace and power of a panther on the prowl finds himself in the lands of the civilized. It is here, in the night-swept streets of Numalia, that a legend is forged. Forged in the form of the city's newest sneak thief, Conan of Cimmeria. Conan, Scourge of the Serpent Prelude. Grim Jim Zub writer, Ivan Hill artist, Jumping Jao Canola color artist, Rascally Richard Starkings and Comicrafts Titanic Tyler Smith lettering, and Calamitous Chris Butera editor. With quick confidence, Conan evades security and gains easy access to the house of Esdras Botanius. The silent Cimmerian seeks something to steal. Treasure to trade for wine and women. A large lockbox, a glinting goal for eager attention. Too secure to smash and too heavy to lift, the master of the manor must carry the key. And Mother of Mitra, nearby is he. Guards are called. The young Cimmerian transforms from thief to barbarian and launches to action. More nuisance than threat, Conan relents. They'll not risk their lives against so dangerous a breed. And thus they are easily subdued. Conan had marked his target in the market that day. A mongrel, a discourteous dog, using his title to treat others as trash. 'Tis the governor's nephew he's come to rob. He opens the lockbox with a sigh, and the Cimmerian peers upon its contents. Empty, gone, all his wealth lost to the gambling house. At the news of this poverty, his guard sees himself out. Conan, too, begins to depart. But wait, an idea. A valuable Zamorian treasure can be found at Calian Publico's antique house. A vast sum to be split. And so, Astrius Botanius has cast a small stone into a great cosmic pond, its ripples moving ever outward, forward into the future, and deep into the past. In the Thurian age, Brule is tasked to assist Volusia's troubled king, his mystic armlet crafted to discern friend from foe, its coils as the grand cycle of existence. What was, what is, and what yet may be. The cycles intersect and ring across reality, growing in power. A harrowing signal that will change the life of Professor John Kirwan and all others that hear its fateful call. The call of the Serpent, a message sent from a slithering god, the next stage in a war between the divine, a terror beyond dreams. Wow, that was awesome. Yvonne Heal's art is phenomenal. It's just wonderful. I'll have more to say in the conclusion, but let's take note of these details. A new epic adventure beginning of the Savage Sword of Conan number 10 before things kick off in Conan's Scourge of the Serpent number 1. And on the opposite page is a bold advertisement for Conan's Scourge of the Serpent, the new event starting this fall. Turning the page, we're treated to an essay from Jeffrey Shanks, this one titled Swords, Sorcery, and Serpents. Jeff opens the essay by welcoming new fans to the world of Conan and this taste of the last 2 years of swashbuckling adventure and weird horror in the pulp tradition. And he welcomes regular readers too back for a new round of Tales of High Adventure. Shanks offers a summary of the Hyborian Age and Conan's place in it, and the varied careers of the Cimmerian from thief to king. After an overview of the works of Robert E. Howard, Jeff introduces this first taste of the Conan Scourge of the Serpent event series and its intertwining exploration of 3 of Howard's tales, The God in the Bull, The Shadow Kingdom, and The Haunter of the Ring, and their uniting theme, the Serpent God Set and her high priest, the Stygian sorcerer Tathamon. Shanks closes the essay by reminding folks that should they be looking for more serpentine sorcery in the present, Solomon Kane The Serpent Ring is on sale now, and definitely you should check that out, as are the monthly Conan the Barbarian series and the Savage Sword of Conan anthology title, and yeah, you should pick those up too. After the Shanks essay, a look at Yvonne Heal's fantastic pencil work and character design. They're just so awesome and such a nice addition to this really great free issue. And then here's a sneak preview. How awesome is this? To honor the triumphant new era of Conan, our landmark 25th issue will be a true spectacle. An original, done-in-one extended adventure crafted for longtime fans and new readers alike. And to make it even more extraordinary, every page will be fully painted by the legendary fan favorite Alex Horley. The Nomad, Conan the King, welcomes a strange visitor with an even stranger mission. Can the ruler of Aquilonia prove his mettle, or will the mysterious wanderer's incredible power change the course of history? On sale this September. This is truly exciting. Alex Horley has given us so many great covers of Conan the Barbarian and the Savage Sword of Conan. I'm really looking forward to this. This is a nice way to kick off the 3rd year of this series. And turning the page, another sneak peek. This is a look at this month's issue number 21 of Conan the Barbarian. Prepare for Scourge of the Serpent by catching up on the Cimmerian's latest adventures in Conan the Barbarian number 21, written by Jim Zub and featuring the bombastic monthly debut of artist Fernando Dagnino. The great Serpent's influence twists and turns, pulling Conan into their deadly coils as the Cimmerian and his allies are lured into Stygia. And what they find on this journey will make their blood run cold and set the stage for a conflict beyond their wildest imagination. I'm quite keen to check out Fernando Dagnino's work, so there's just a couple weeks left for that. And then on the back cover, a free comic book day thank you. How amazing was that for a free issue? I'll start by saying that I think Van Hill's artwork here is just wonderful. I was blown away, and it works so well with Jao Canola's colors. Seriously, that duo in this free issue, well, they've given us something pretty special. There are more than a few great moments in here, but I was particularly pleased by those parallel panels depicting Conan scaling the walls of Kalian Publico's temple and Brule the Spear Slayer climbing Kull's palace wall, the Pict wearing that protective armlet that Canu had revealed to the Volusian king. And I'm really excited to see more John Kirwan. That last page featuring Tothamon, come on, that was fantastic. Again, I can't believe that we got all this for free. And through this prelude, we have confirmation that Jim Zub is drawing upon the following three stories. First referenced is The God and the Bull. Weird Tales had passed on the story in 1932 and it was eventually published posthumously in the September 1952 issue of Space Science Fiction. Second, the King Kull story, The Shadow Kingdom, first published in the August 1929 issue of Weird Tales, and this happens to be considered the first sword and sorcery tale. And finally, The Haunter of the Ring, first published in Weird Tales in 1934 and featuring the occult detective John Kirwan. And what fun Jim Zub must be having playing with these original Robert E. Howard tales. As an aside, I've got to say that I'm also pretty pleased that a few of my latest videos have been pretty topical in this regard, though any hunches have definitely been informed by Patrick Zerker's excellent Solomon Kane The Serpent Ring, which really speaks to the grander plan that Heroic Signatures has been working on. This free comic book day issue, along with the new 4-issue arc that begins this month in the ongoing Conan the Barbarian series, appear to be an excellent and welcome entry point for those that might not be familiar with the Cimmerian and his exploits, and who might be intimidated wondering where to start their journey. For existing readers and fans, it looks like we're getting continued excellence and an opportunity to creatively revisit Robert E. Howard's other characters and works. So make sure to grab a copy of this free issue. I mean, beyond the Scourge of the Serpent prelude, the news of the Alex Horley issue number 25 is exciting enough to warrant checking it out. Again, I'll be sure to update the video description when the free electronic version becomes available for download. Thanks for watching, liking, heck, consider subscribing. I'll post my look at issue number 2 of Patrick Zerker's Solomon Kane The Serpent Ring in the next few days. And until next time, take it easy, you Stygian Dogs.